I'm really wondering about this very spiritual way of seeing life. Is this something that did you go through any kind of formal, when I say formal, I don't mean school, but I mean any type of study of specific texts or specific spiritual modalities? And are there specific spiritual practices that you engage in that
Absolutely.
enhances that understanding from an experiential place?
Absolutely.
And if so, could you give us a little?
Sure, I'd be
insight on
happy
that?
to.
Thank you.
I'd be happy to. First and foremost, I think it's human nature to be under the impression that a study of such things as this are similar to a study of religion, spirituality, specific religions, or what have you. There's a word for a study of all religions in terms of an equality of the nexus of spiritualism, which is the point where all points meet. So let's get to the point where all points meet. So we don't have to go through different pathways or different halls in the house. There are many rooms in the house, but they meet at one place. And the greatest place of all is love. And one of the greatest things that I've been studying about that word, and it's really a word, you know, it doesn't in any way represent what it encases in terms of its what it manifests as. But I know so far, I can only speak for myself. What I've studied is myself. What I thought was myself. I studied that first. And I'm learning more about what I am. More and more as the older I get, the younger I get in the process. I've studied the fact that for so long, I saw the word and I found it very difficult to adhere to that word in the midst of bombardment of distractions from it. A good example was the airport and the ignition of adrenaline that came and led to the manifestation of judgment of others in the process, as opposed to forgiveness of the same. For the same thing that I mentioned earlier, incompetence, lack of sensitivity, and the delay of the flight, missing the contract, breach of contract possibly, loss of the engagement, how am I going to pay the bills, worry about tomorrow and everything else that goes with it. Where's the love in all of that? See? So my study of it is hard to say that it's religion at this point. It comes down to love itself. I remember that it was important for me to receive love from other people, and it was also important for me to give love to other people. That was a knowledge that I had been exposed to since childhood. I reached a point after the operations to be more concerned with love itself, and not to expect it of others, and not to find it necessary to give to others, but to be it itself, to allow it to reside within me of its own nature. And that to me is the most important spiritual form of evolution that I've experienced as of yet. And I try the best I can, and I think it's essential. Humility is essential in the process, so that I in any way, I don't fall prey to achievement of anything. There's nothing to achieve. There's just more to enjoy now, just the moment. And to keep the continuity of that intact. And to love my life. And that's what I said in the shower this morning. Under the water, the temperature, I loved that moment. And then I said to myself, I love this moment. I love this moment. That separates me from what I'm interested in. I should stop doing that. I said to myself, I should stop doing that and continue to love, just love. So that to me is where religion has led. It's difficult to say what is bringing it about, but everything, including this, to experience the human condition, the worry, the curiosity, the I had moments prior to driving up here wondering, I wonder what I'm supposed to do. My wife said, "Are you going to bring the guitar?" Well, I said, "Gee, I wasn't asked to." So I don't think I want to do that. And throughout the entire day, it was to enjoy the moment, no matter what. Driving, everything. Just the love of life is the most important thing. And it's easier that way for me. So that's what's become religious to me, the word love and the condition that surrounds it and what I consider it to really be. And I think all of us are dealing with the same curiosity about life. I think to see a smile on the face of any individual today is the greatest form of entertainment there can be. To see someone happy at what they do is really, it draws people to someone like that. I think that's the greatest art there can be. And I think everyone will go to see someone when everyone else is complaining about how bad things are. And there's someone in the midst of all of this that is happy. I think that's an amazing situation.